What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica from The In-Between, and if you're new here, this is where I break down different online business models so you don't waste your time or your money on the wrong online opportunities. So make sure to hit that subscribe button to my channel if you haven't already. If you're watching this video, you've probably been researching the Airbnb Breakdown Academy by Bryson and Anita McMillan. Now, you've probably seen Bryson and Anita pop up on your feed talking about making serious cash with Airbnb rentals without ever owning property. But what's actually inside the course, and is it really as passive or as easy as it's often made to look? In this review, I'm going to be breaking it all down: what Airbnb Breakdown Academy teaches, what kind of business model it follows, what's included in the program, how much it costs, what people are saying about it online, and why I personally think there's a much better way to make money online in 2025 that doesn't come with all the headaches, which you can go ahead and check out in the link below. And just a quick disclaimer before we jump in, I'm not affiliated with Bryson, Anita, or their Airbnb Breakdown Academy in any way. This is all just my honest take based on my own research, feedback that I found online, and my experience with the business model. With that being said, let's jump right in. So first off, let's talk about what Airbnb Breakdown Academy actually is. The course teaches Airbnb rental arbitrage, which is basically where you don't own the property, you rent it out from a landlord, and then you turn it around and list it on Airbnb for a higher price. You make money off the difference, and in theory, you can scale this whole method by getting more and more units. Bryson and Anita walk you through exactly how to do that in their training, even if you're starting from zero. They claim you can make up to 6 figures in just a year just by using their blueprint alone. And to be fair, they've both done really well with this strategy. Bryson talks about turning an $8,000 investment into over $50,000 in a year, and Anita's managed 11 listings that have brought in over $375,000 without owning a single property. So the proof of the concept is definitely there, but just because it's worked for them doesn't automatically mean it's going to be that easy for you, and that's where a lot of the questions start to come into play. The course itself includes a ton of templates and tools to help you launch your first Airbnb rental. You get access to video modules, scripts, lease agreements, pricing tools like price labs, messaging templates, and even a budget spreadsheet. There's also a private community and a few bonuses thrown in, like a 90-minute free training to get a taste before you buy. They also show you how to set up your LLC, how to pitch landlords so they let you sublet, how to automate things with doorbell cams and cleaners, and how to choose a profitable location, all of which sound super helpful, especially if you're brand new to real estate or Airbnb. But one thing to keep in mind, guys, is that while all of the templates are nice, they're still not going to save you from doing the actual work. You still have to find landlords willing to let you do this, and you still have to deal with tenants. You still have to clean or even hire someone to do it, and if anything breaks, that's on you. So even with automation tools, it's not really that passive of a business model unless you're handing out most of your profit to a management company. When it comes to their online rep, Bryson and Anita have both built a pretty strong online reputation, especially on their Instagram, where they've got nearly 10,000 followers combined. The course itself also has over 1,500 members, and there's definitely a community around it. They've got a few reviews and some big numbers even being thrown around, like students claiming to hit 5 figures a month. However, it's worth pointing out that the training itself has been getting called out a lot in Reddit threads, and some of the biggest complaints center around aggressive upsells, vague promises, and people getting charged thousands of dollars only to feel abandoned afterward. Many users say that they were upsold the idea of having all their deals funded, but ended up with very little to no support and no real results. So the same pattern of big promises, high costs, and little transparency is obviously worth being cautious about. Now, when it comes to the price, Airbnb Breakdown Academy is said to cost $1,497, and they do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, but keep in mind, guys, that this doesn't include the actual cost of even getting started with Airbnb Arbitrage itself. You still need first and last month's rent, maybe even a security deposit, furniture, cleaning supplies, automation tools, insurance, utilities, the list goes on. The risk here is that you can drop all of your money on the course itself, plus a few thousand more to get a unit up and running, and then you hit a bunch of roadblocks like landlords saying no, or your unit just not getting booked enough, all of which are problems that no one really talks about but are super real. Beyond that, Airbnb arbitrage is a lot of work. There are plenty of moving parts and a lot of things that can go wrong. You don't own any of your properties, so your entire business depends on someone else's rules. The landlord can pull the plug on you at any time, or worse, your city might drop new regulations that limit short-term rentals or ban them entirely, which honestly, guys, is already happening in a bunch of cities across the US. Then you have to think about the maintenance, the cleaning, the managing guests who flake or destroy stuff, the listings that need to stay updated, the fluctuating booking rates, the costs of keeping your place stocked with towels and coffee pods. Whatever you need to keep it updated, it never really ends. And if you want to outsource that, you're quickly slicing into your profits that are already barely feeling worth it. And if you want to outsource that, you're slicing your profit down so much that it barely even feels worth it at that point. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while now, you know that I personally make money doing something entirely different called local lead generation, or the digital rental method. I build simple little websites that rank to the top of Google and generate leads for small businesses around the US, niches like roofing, towing, or in my case, fencing repair. And anytime those websites start getting leads coming in, I reach out to a local business owner and offer all of the leads for free. And once they close a few jobs, I pitch them a deal to rent the site from me for a flat monthly fee. I don't own a house or convince a landlord of anything. I don't deal with guests, cleaners, or broken toilets. I simply build digital properties that bring in phone calls every single month, and I rent them out to local business owners that need them. So if you think about it, guys, it's a lot like traditional real estate, just the digital kind. For example, I've got this fencing repair site that I built out in Colorado Springs a little over 2 years ago, and I haven't had to touch the site ever since. It still continues to pay me 24/7, and if you ask me, that's the whole difference between Airbnb arbitrage, which you're constantly on call 24/7 with. With digital rentals, once the sites are up and ranking, they basically run themselves from there. That means you're not battling regulations or seasonal dips, and you're not tied to someone else's rules. You own all of your websites, aka digital rental properties, and that gives you complete control, stability, and peace of mind. All right, guys, that's it for my breakdown of the Airbnb Breakdown Academy. If you found this review helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more honest reviews just like this one. And if you want to learn more about how I make money online with the digital rental method, go ahead and click on the link in the description below for a free training that walks you through the whole model in complete detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.